Didn't you develop bulimia at that time?
That's what it was. It started because somebody said in the dressing room, one of the girls said that there was this thing that you could do.
Breaking news out of Hollywood. Actress Diane Keaton has passed away at 79. The headline said pneumonia, but insiders whispered something else. Why did one of Hollywood's most beloved icons vanish from the public eye just weeks before her death? No red carpets, no interviews, not even a casual sighting. Fans thought she was slowing down, but friends noticed something darker. She wasn't just avoiding cameras, she was disappearing. Keaton had always guarded her privacy, but this silence felt different, deliberate. It wasn't the mystery of an eccentric star, it was the quiet before a storm no one expected. And when that storm finally broke, the truth sent ripples through Hollywood.
Thanks for being with us here on Live Now from Fox. We do have some breaking news that we want to get to here on this Saturday. You may recognize her. She's a famous actress and producer there in Hollywood. Actress Diane Keaton has now died at the age of 79.
At first glance, she seemed fine, walking her dogs in Brentwood, smiling to neighbors, the picture of health. But behind closed doors, something was terribly wrong. Her health was slipping fast, and she refused to let anyone see it. She brushed off the fatigue, the coughs, the shortness of breath. Just allergies, she'd joke. But friends weren't laughing. By late summer 2025, the change was impossible to ignore. She canceled meetings, avoided calls, and pulled out of appearances. Still, she kept her struggles private, so when the news broke on October 11th, it blindsided everyone. Diane Keaton, gone, just like that. According to early reports, the cause was unclear. Only later would official documents confirm bacterial pneumonia, a fast, brutal infection. But why had no one seen the signs? And why did it seem like she'd been preparing for something?
This was first reported by People magazine. They released the statement online. But we do know that Diane Keaton, the famed actress, director, and producer, has died. The legendary Hollywood actress starred in a ton of hit movies as well. At this point, Diane's cause of death is unclear, according to TMZ.
Dispatch Audio told the story in 2 chilling words. Person down. Paramedics reached her Los Angeles home within minutes, but it was too late. The woman who'd outlasted 5 decades of Hollywood chaos was suddenly gone. No trauma, no foul play, just silence. Her family released a short statement. Polite, emotionless, the kind that says everything by saying nothing. They asked for privacy. But in Hollywood, privacy almost always means there's more to the story. Sources claimed her home was quickly sealed off. Visitors turned away and reporters told to stand down. Some say it was dignity. Others call it damage control. Either way, it only deepened the mystery surrounding her final days.
But you may know some of her highly credited and impressive movies, including Something's Gotta Give, First Wives Club, Father of the Bride, Annie Hall, The Godfather, Book Club, Baby Boom, Hanging Up, and more titles as well. And so Variety and several other outlets are also honoring the life and legacy of Diane Keaton. She received several awards, and in fact, she first became famous all the way back in the 1970s after appearing in the Godfather franchise and working with famed director Woody Allen.
Long before her final illness, Diane Keaton had been fighting private wars. In her 20s, when her career was just taking off, she developed a secret that haunted her for years: bulimia. She later admitted she hid it so well that not even her closest friends knew. It wasn't vanity, she said. It was control. Control in a world that demanded perfection from women like her. She once confessed to eating enormous meals in secret, then pretending nothing happened. She called it a mental illness built on excess. Even after recovery, the mindset never truly left her. That constant need to appear fine, calm, composed, unbothered became her armor. It's the same instinct that likely kept her silent about her declining health. Years later, when Woody Allen joked publicly about her disorder, she laughed it off. But insiders say it cut deep. It reminded her how easily Hollywood turns pain into punchlines. Behind the humor, Diane was a woman still trying to make peace with her reflection. That lifelong struggle with secrecy may explain why, when illness came again, she faced it alone.
Didn't you develop bulimia at that time?
That's what it was. It started because somebody said in the dressing room, one of the girls said that there was this thing that you could do in order to lose weight, And it was a regurgitation, and I remember, my response was, that's out. That is disgusting.
It is
I will
disgusting.
never do that.
Yeah.
And of course I did. That's sort of like the way I felt about intercourse before marriage,
In early 2025, she quietly listed her beloved Brentwood home, the one she'd restored brick by brick and once swore she'd never sell. She told friends she just wanted something smaller, but insiders saw the truth. Diane was putting things in order. She stopped taking new roles after summer camp, 2024. Her final film, no red carpets, no interviews. Her Instagram, once full of humor and quirky posts, went silent. To fans, it looked like retirement. To those who knew her best, it felt like goodbye. She'd begun organizing her archives, even reviewing old letters and scripts. And then came whispers about a private recording. A message left for someone close to her, made just days before she passed. No one outside the family has heard it, but those who have say it wasn't a goodbye. It was a confession.
But you were smart not to tell
No,
him.
look, I'm great at hiding.
Yeah.
I was very good at hiding. I managed that very well in keeping secrets, so you can trust me.
Yes, I believe you.
You have some secrets you want to tell me?
Yeah, I don't
not
have
really,
any secrets.
no.
I'm not that fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not. Anyway.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
now I'm going to do what they always do on these shows.
Insiders describe it as short, calm, and hauntingly self-aware. No one's released the words, but people close to her say it sounded like gratitude and closure. A voice that knew the end was near, yet wasn't afraid. Hollywood labeled it her final message. When the rumor spread, tributes poured in from Al Pacino, Bette Midler, Keanu Reeves, and others who'd worked beside her. To them, it was pure Diane, thoughtful, fearless, and mysterious to the very end. But online, people weren't so sure. What if that message hinted at more? What if it wasn't about death, but about the secrets she'd carried for decades? And that's where the controversy comes in. For years, Diane's loyalty to one man, Woody Allen, defined and divided her. When the industry turned on him amid allegations, she didn't flinch. She tweeted, "Woody Allen is my friend, and I continue to believe him." That one line detonated across Hollywood. Think pieces labeled her tone deaf. Producers quietly distanced themselves. Some fans turned their backs, but Diane never apologized. "I believe my friend," she told reporters. That's all there is to say. That fierce loyalty, once her greatest virtue, became her curse. And in the months before her death, that old scandal crept back into conversation. People wondered if her silence was a retreat or defiance. Even Woody himself admitted he had no idea her health was failing. How could someone so close not know? Maybe Diane didn't want him, or anyone, to see her fade. Because for a woman who lived life on her terms, losing control was the one thing she could never stand. As with every Hollywood tragedy, rumors multiplied overnight. Some claimed she was hiding another illness, perhaps memory loss like her mother, who battled Alzheimer's for years. Others insisted the family's silence was protecting a deeper secret. A private memoir, never meant to be published, that contained the real story of her life. No proof has surfaced, but the whispers refuse to die. And maybe that's because the truth isn't nearly as important as what she left behind, a mystery too human to solve. Diane Keaton was always an enigma, the cool outsider who made awkwardness iconic, who refused to conform, who aged out loud and on her own terms. Even in her final months, she kept control of her narrative. No spectacle, no leaks, just a quiet exit from the world she once ruled. Her message, whatever it said, may not have been for the world at all. Maybe it was for her, one last conversation with herself. Today, her voice still echoes in every woman who refuses to shrink for Hollywood, in every artist who values truth over image. She wasn't just an actress, she was a mirror, reflecting the contradictions of fame, power, and vulnerability. Her last act wasn't a role, it was the decision to leave the stage on her terms. No fanfare, no fear, no goodbye, just silence, and a mystery that keeps the world listening. Because if there's one thing Diane Keaton taught us, it's that even in silence, she could still command the room. Drop your thoughts below, keep it respectful, and if you love a deep dive into celebrity drama, hit that like, tap subscribe, and stay tuned.